are here with Dan Cosgrove at the Benson Hill booth at the Farm Progress Show here in Boone, Iowa. Really nice for us personally to have that home field advantage when it comes to being at the Farm Progress Show. Weather getting a little hot. People still coming through though, and I'm sure you guys have had plenty stop by the Benson Hill booth and just see what's going on, right?
We have, and we've given away a lot of water, but it has been hot. But it's a great show, much bigger than it has been in the past. So very excited to be here and happy to answer your questions.
Yeah, Dan, and I've already got my water, so I appreciate you guys for offering that for us because it is a hot one today. But when it comes to Benson Hill, what we've got going on here, before we were talking about it's exciting for the future of Benson Hill as that focus really shifts to kind of the grain and oilseed side of things. Tell us a little bit about that shift that you guys are seeing and just what it's been like to go through that process.
Sure. So we believe at Benson Hill that better feed, better food, better fuel all starts with better seed. And so we have built a really unique engine based on artificial intelligence to help us accelerate our effort. We've got a system called CropOS, which allows us to make predictive crosses. So we can make crosses on the computer a lot faster than you can in the field. And we've generated over 4 million virtual varieties that way. And then we have what we call a crop accelerator, which allows us to do 4 or more cycles a year. And so because of that, we're able to move very quickly and move into those markets, like you mentioned, oil and feed. In the future, we have a product right now called UHPLO, which stands for ultra high protein, low oligosaccharides, which is a mouthful, but it's specifically directed at feed processors, feed producers, folks like Purdue. So we did a trial with Purdue. Fantastic results, came out with a tremendous value back through the channel all the way to the grower of up to $200 an acre or more. And so our hope is that we can share that value back through the value chain and help Purdue come up with fatter, happier chickens and do so by reducing their feed cost, which is important.
And, you mentioned the use of artificial intelligence because, we know it has its place within the industry for just being, an assisting tool. Obviously, when artificial intelligence gets brought up, sometimes the conversation can go a little awry just based on people's predetermined opinions of it. But when it comes to something like this, we know that crossbreeding takes a long time. I mean, it's quite a long pipeline to get from testing, figuring out the traits you want, to getting it on the field and then out for farmers. So to have something to speed up that process, I mean, is a net positive when it comes to getting those, grain seed varieties out there.
It is, and we've got some really unique germplasm with a lot of genes that we think are directed to oil content and protein and other quality attributes for soybeans. So we've developed a database of about 400 billion to 500 billion data points. And because we've got that engine, that ability to predict, we're able to make a cross. And normally when someone makes a cross, it's kind of a random combination and you take it or you leave it. But we're able to predict the output of that cross. So we're able to move more quickly there and then multiply that at least 4 times a year in our crop accelerator. So again, artificial intelligence, it kind of hints at some crosses maybe we would have done, maybe we don't. But we're really excited because what the engine is doing is pulling out these soybean varieties that are high in protein or high in oil. And we think the market for both of those is massive going forward.
So when it comes to that, you mentioned the chicken feed side of things, and I know that's a recent announcement that you guys made of partnering up with Purdue and just having that research going on. It's all about finding, I think, those niches when you're in the industry, and obviously that's an area where there's improvements to be made, and you guys are able to tackle that and get, like you said, improve the feed, and then they have better food.
Yeah, and we say niche because it's good to focus. But this niche is about 30 million acres. So 30 million acres of U.S. soy go into the animal feed channel. And because we're able to deliver higher protein, we're able to reduce the costs of the people in that channel and drive value back. So really excited about that niche of 30 million acres. And we're working with Purdue, very large processor. We're working with others, both in veg-fed poultry markets as well as turkeys. And then we have plans to get into swine, dairy, aquaculture, even further than we are today. So about 80% of the market we're gonna hit in the next 2 to 3 years.
All All right, Dan, lots of great information. Is there anything else that our listeners and viewers should know about when it comes to what's in the future for Benson Hill?
Well, we're really excited about where we are today, which is on about 450,000 acres of soy. We hope to be at about 8.5 million acres of soy by the end of the decade. So with the launch of our herbicide-tolerant products later in 2026, we're going to be able to cover a broader acreage and therefore service much more of that animal feed market. So again, great things ahead for Benson Hill, and we're really excited about the position of the company going forward.